Fury unleashed. Carney's bank targeted by crime for 2 years. Vassy torches Liberal minister. A shocking scandal has erupted in Canada, revealing that Prime Minister Mark Carney's personal banking information was compromised by a former Royal Bank of Canada, RBC, employee over an extended period. Ibrahim El-Hakim, 23, is accused of repeatedly accessing Carney's account for unauthorized financial activity, exploiting weaknesses in RBC's internal IT systems. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, launched a formal investigation in July 2025 after RBC detected suspicious transactions. El-Hakim now faces serious criminal charges including fraud, identity theft, unauthorized computer use, and trafficking in identity information. The breach is far from an isolated incident. Investigators allege that El-Hakim accessed the banking profiles of several high-profile political figures, manipulating credit lines and executing fraudulent transactions for personal gain. Each unauthorized action reportedly generated approximately $500 coordinated via encrypted messaging platforms like Telegram. This alarming case has raised major concerns about the overall security of Canada's financial institutions, revealing potential systemic vulnerabilities that could affect countless citizens if not addressed with rigorous oversight and technological upgrades. In a heated segment on CTV's Power Play, host Vassy Kapelos criticized the Liberal government's lack of accountability in response to the ongoing scandals. Kapelos condemned officials for failing to act decisively on financial crimes, political interference, and cybersecurity lapses, warning that public trust is being eroded by repeated negligence. Her incisive commentary sparked widespread debate across social media and traditional news platforms, with many viewers questioning whether the government is serious about transparency, ethics, and protecting the country from both internal and external threats. The RBC breach is only the latest in a string of controversies that have plagued the Liberal Party over the past decade. Past scandals, including the high-profile SNC-Lavalin affair, further undermined public confidence in the government. These repeated failures contributed to significant political fallout, culminating in Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's resignation in early 2025 amid allegations of corruption, mismanagement, and poor oversight. Analysts suggest that such patterns indicate a need for deeper structural reforms within both the party and the federal administration to prevent further erosion of trust. Public outrage over the RBC scandal has been swift and intense. Citizens across the country are calling for stronger regulations, comprehensive oversight of financial institutions, and systemic reforms to ensure the protection of personal and political financial data. Advocacy groups argue that these measures are necessary not only to safeguard individual accounts, but also to restore faith in Canada's political and economic systems. The scandal has ignited a larger national conversation about accountability, responsibility, and the role of government in preventing similar breaches in the future. Adding to the complexity, recent inquiries into foreign interference have revealed attempts by nations including China, India, and Russia to influence Canadian elections and democratic institutions. While these interference attempts were largely unsuccessful, they highlight serious vulnerabilities within Canada's political framework. Critics argue that the government's slow and inconsistent responses to these threats further undermine public confidence in national security and its ability to protect democratic processes against increasingly sophisticated external manipulation. The financial repercussions of the RBC breach have been significant. Investor confidence in Canada has been shaken, leading to volatility in the Canadian dollar and raising questions about the stability of financial markets. Market analysts warn that repeated security breaches could have long-term consequences for economic growth and international investment. Domestic and foreign stakeholders are closely watching the government's handling of the situation, evaluating whether corrective measures will be sufficient to restore stability and prevent further damage to Canada's reputation as a secure financial and political environment. The ongoing crises underscore the urgent need for comprehensive reforms. Experts recommend that Canada strengthen cybersecurity infrastructure, enforce stricter regulations on financial institutions, and increase transparency in government operations. Failure to implement these measures could perpetuate vulnerabilities and encourage further criminal activity. Addressing these challenges effectively is seen as critical not only to restoring public trust, but also to preserving the integrity of Canada's financial systems and democratic institutions in a rapidly evolving digital and geopolitical landscape. Canada now faces a pivotal moment in its history. The convergence of financial scandals, political turmoil, and foreign interference presents a highly complex landscape for policymakers and citizens alike. Decisions made in the coming months will likely shape the country's trajectory for years to come, determining its ability to uphold democratic values, maintain economic stability, and protect citizens from both domestic and international threats. The need for decisive leadership and systemic reforms has never been more urgent. Journalists such as Vassy Kapelos have emerged as key figures in exposing corruption and holding government officials accountable. Her fearless reporting on financial scandals and political misconduct shines a light on issues that might otherwise remain hidden from public scrutiny. By investigating and publicly highlighting these matters, journalists empower citizens to demand transparency and reform, reinforcing the crucial role of a free press in maintaining democratic health, ensuring accountability, and fostering informed civic engagement across Canada. The RBC scandal has attracted attention far beyond Canada's borders, with foreign governments and international investors monitoring developments closely. How effectively the Canadian government addresses these breaches and implements corrective measures will influence the nation's global standing, international trade relations, and diplomatic credibility. The scandal has served as a stark reminder that Canada's financial institutions and political system are not immune to both internal misconduct and external pressures, highlighting the interconnected nature of modern security, governance, and international confidence. The targeting of Prime Minister Mark Carney's personal bank account represents a profound breach of trust, exposing vulnerabilities in both Canada's financial and political systems. The unfolding events have sparked national debate on transparency, accountability, and institutional reform. As Canadians confront these challenges, the call for decisive action grows louder. Future leaders will need to demonstrate a clear commitment to protecting citizens, ensuring ethical governance, and restoring confidence in institutions fundamental to the country's democratic and economic stability. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for latest updates.